What if you lived for over 500 years, sacrificed everything, committed unspeakable acts, walked the darkest path imaginable, and still failed? That is exactly where we find Fang Yuan in this chapter. And it is one of the most haunting openings in all of Manhua. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we are diving into this stunning, emotionally devastating chapter of Reverend Insanity, where the great demon lord faces his final moments, and we finally uncover the truth behind the monster the world has always hated. The chapter opens with pure chaos. The righteous factions of the Cultivation world have united for one single purpose: to destroy Fang Yuan and erase his demonic lair once and for all. Enemies surround him from every direction, demanding that he surrender the Spring Autumn Cicada, a legendary and deeply sinister treasure he spent centuries refining. They promise him a swift death if he cooperates. But Fang Yuan is not a man who surrenders. He never was. The cultivators unleash everything they have. Fire, lightning, blade techniques, all crashing down on him at once. One by one his allies fall. His body is drenched in blood. His robes are torn apart. Yet even then, he still stands tall within the smoke and ruin of his devastated lair. His red eyes remain cold. His expression unreadable. And then he says it. "Today I will see you dead." Not a plea. Not a battle cry. Just a quiet, absolute statement of intent from a man who has faced death 1,000 times before. But this time, even Fang Yuan cannot hold back the tide. After an intense 6-hour battle shown through a haunting bird's-eye view of the shattered battlefield, the demon lord finally falls. A single drop of blood splashes onto the ground. And the most feared cultivator in history collapses. His white hair spreads across the earth like broken wings. And then, something unexpected happens. As Fang Yuan lies dying, his mind floods with memories. Not memories of conquest. Not slaughter. But sunsets over blue mountains. Autumn moons. Mornings delicate as silk, and nights white as snow. These are not the thoughts of a monster. These are the thoughts of a man looking back on a life that vanished in the blink of an eye. And here, the chapter delivers its most shocking revelation. Fang Yuan was not originally from this cultivation world at all. He was once a Chinese scholar from Earth. A man of intellect and learning, suddenly thrown into this brutal world of immortals and demons. He arrived with nothing but knowledge. And from that moment onward, he suffered. 300 years of hardship. Then 200 more. 5 centuries of clawing through a world that never wanted him to survive. Half a millennium of memories crashes through him in his final breath. Every person he met. Every battle he fought. Every painful choice he made. And through all of it, one brutal truth crystallizes in his mind. In the end, he failed. The narration speaks coldly. To be a demon is to be merciless and cruel, a killer, a destroyer. There is no place in heaven or earth for such a being. And Fang Yuan accepted that path completely. He became the enemy of the entire world. And now he must face the consequences. But then, the Spring Autumn Cicada begins pulsing with power. And Fang Yuan realizes it. Even at the edge of death, surrounded by enemies who hunted him for lifetimes, the demon lord does not beg. He does not crumble. Instead, he laughs. A wild, blood-soaked, unhinged laugh that sends chills through every cultivator watching. And then he says the words that will echo throughout the entire story. In my next life, I shall still be a demon. Not a reformed man. Not a soul seeking redemption. A demon. Again. By choice. Fully and completely. The righteous cultivators are furious. What are you laughing at? Be careful, the demon is making his final move. Hand over the Spring Autumn Cicada immediately. And right on cue, Fang Yuan moves. What follows is a breathtaking final explosion of power. Blue lightning tears through the battlefield like a living creature. Energy detonates outward in all directions. Cultivators are thrown off their feet as Fang Yuan unleashes everything he has left. It is not an attempt to win. It is not even truly an attempt to escape. It is a statement. A final refusal to die quietly. And then, The Spring Autumn Cicada activates. A blinding streak of blue light shoots into the heavens, piercing the night sky above the mountains and illuminating an ancient town below. And in that moment, we understand why Fang Yuan laughed. Even in defeat, even while drowning in his own blood, the demon lord had one final move prepared. The scene changes completely. The chaos of battle disappears. Now everything is quiet. Rain gently taps against the rooftops of a grand ancestral hall. Incense burns before beautifully decorated shrines. Robed elders in white and purple bow before their ancestors, praying for talented youths to emerge during this year's ceremony. This is the Gu Yue clan, a distinguished cultivation family preparing for their annual talent ceremony. The elders speak among themselves. It has already been a year since the last ceremony. Time flies. But the Gu Yue clan has not produced a true genius in 3 years. Still, they have hope. One elder brings up the Bai clan's prodigy, Bai Enning Bing. A monster among monsters. In just 2 years of cultivation, he already reached the level of a rank 3 Gu master. Even the older generation feels pressured by his talent. With enough time, he could become the pillar of the Bai clan itself. But then, the discussion shifts. Another elder mentions a gifted child from Fang Zhai's family. A boy who spoke at 3 months old, walked at 4, and recited poetry by the age of 5. An extraordinary child. A genius. But sadly, his parents died early, leaving him under the care of relatives. Still, whispers about his brilliance have already spread throughout the clan. The clan head enters the hall with a slow creak of the door. The room immediately quiets. And soon the elders arrive at a single conclusion. Among all the younger generation, one name stands above the rest. Gu Yue Fang Yuan. The elders explain that children who display extraordinary abilities early in life often possess exceptional cultivation potential. Photographic memory, abnormal intelligence, strength beyond their age. And this child possesses all of it. 2 images appear side by side in their minds. On one side, Bai Enning Bing, radiating icy blue energy. On the other, a young Fang Yuan, calm and silent, surrounded by flowing purple and green light. Reborn. Young once more, but carrying the full weight of 500 years inside him. The elders believe that if this child awakens even grade B talent during the ceremony, he may one day rival Bai Enning Bing himself. Perhaps even become the future banner of the Gu Yue clan. The meeting finally comes to an end. The clan head reminds everyone to rest well for tomorrow's ceremony. But before leaving, one elder lingers behind. He quietly notes that Fang Yuan has no powerful guardians watching over him. Meaning, he could be recruited. If nurtured properly, the boy might bring a century of prosperity to whichever faction claims him first. However, the clan head immediately warns them. Compete fairly, no tricks, no schemes, nothing that harms the unity of the clan. The elders bow together. We would not dare. And with that, the gathering disperses. Rain pours across the rooftops of Gu Yue Village. The clan head watches the elders leave beneath an ancient circular gate. A faint smile forms on his face. There is still hope for the clan's future. And somewhere within the village, inside a dark room lit only by flashes of lightning, a young figure sits quietly beside a window. Thunder shakes the sky, but the young man remains perfectly calm. His eyes are sharp, ancient, far older than they should be. And then he speaks. Gu Yue Village. This is 500 years in the past. Looks like the Spring Autumn Cicada really worked. I have been reborn. He explains it with terrifying calmness. The Spring Autumn Cicada possesses the ability to reverse time. Among the 10 great mystical Gu, it ranked 7th. A treasure beyond imagination. And now it has sent him back to the very beginning. Back before everything. Back before the suffering. Back before the rise of the demon lord. Fang Yuan slowly clenches his fist. Thunder roars outside the window. 500 years of experience. Countless battles. Countless betrayals. Countless regrets. It almost feels like a dream. But it is real. Completely real. And Fang Yuan, the scholar from Earth, The feared demon lord, the man who laughed in the face of death, has returned to the starting line once again. Only this time, he remembers everything.